Are there any public comments? Seeing none. Discuss office space for Veterans Assistance.
Okay, we just wanted to come back today and tell you that we're still out of space. We need a larger facility. We still think that across the hall at Animal Control would be our best suit our needs. And we are in the process of applying for a veteran work study to come in and assist Jennifer. So that would give us enough space to be able to do that. Where we are now, there is no way that we can put a second person, somebody to answer the phone, do that kind of thing in that space. So that's all we're looking at, and we'd be happy to entertain any questions for that reason. But that's what I got to say this morning. I just want to keep that in front of you guys.
Yeah, and trying to figure out, it's also used for storage and stuff in there, and where some of them, what would we do with some of that stuff? We would have to figure out.
Well, there's another storage room down the end of the hall.
Well, we got storage, and we have the meetings, and the negotiations, and it's trying to figure out what to do with everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I say, we're basically out of room, and we need a spot for another person. So that's where we're at.
All right. Anybody else have any questions, comments for them? All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Presentation from us from Slovenia.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for letting me attend today. I really appreciate it. Myself and Chris have met previously about some of the lighting needs at the county buildings of the courthouse, the administrative building, and the holding area as well. So I put together a quick presentation. I'm going to keep it pretty high level. I know I've only got a few minutes, and please stop me if I'm running long or it's getting too much in, and obviously give me any questions. This discussion came up through a local contact, E&D Electric, who I'm currently working with on a few other projects with a company called Constellation Energy. And Constellation is a retail energy provider for the state of Illinois as well as across the United States, and we are a strategic partner of Constellation's. And the Constellation program helps the county, such as Iroquois or other facilities, to get updated energy services such as lighting, HVAC, whatever it might be, for zero out-of-pocket cost. So Constellation utilizes the energy savings that would be created from this lighting update to pay for the project. So Iroquois County would actually be able to update the lighting throughout these three buildings to LED specifications and not actually put any money out of pocket or change of budget or anything like that. The work would all be done by my company, Sylvania Lighting Solutions. We do the full turnkey solution of the specifications, confirmation of the lighting, installation, removal, recycling, as well as pre- and post-measurement and verification. And then finally, there's a 10-year warranty throughout all the LED lights that we would install, and we would mandate or kind of manage that warranty within the county. So all this would be handled through Chris and his team, as well as with Iroquois County. We would be the facilitators of the project and handling it and utilizing local contractors to do the labor work as well. So mostly we're just kind of the solutions provider. Some of the numbers that you may find in the proposal, the total project cost we have estimated right now is around $99,000. Again, that is a complete estimate of my review of the three buildings, information we received from Chris and his team on the current square footage of the sites. But the one caveat with a lot of these energy projects is that it's based on your current energy spend, your current electrical spend, as well as the operating hours and the type of lighting that you have. Now, the type of lighting that you have is pretty good lighting. Your energy cost is very low. Here in your territory, you're paying about 6 cents or 6.5 cents per kWh. So that's a good thing. Some places on the East Coast are paying 25 cents. On the West Coast, they're paying about 35 cents. So it's a good thing. It just makes the funding for these types of projects extend a little bit longer because you're not paying as much in your electrical energy spend. What we've estimated, again, all the numbers I'm proposing are all estimates, is around $18,000 in savings per year. That would be accrued for 10 years. This is just energy savings as well as maintenance and material savings. This doesn't include any HVAC or any other potential savings that might be uncovered by the county. And also, this is very high-level numbers. We haven't added any additional advanced sensors that can be added to these things. So in rooms that aren't occupied for more than 2 hours or for more than 4 hours, the lights may be on, but no one knows it. This is an opportunity for us to add a sensor that the lights would be dimmed down to a certain level or turned off, depending on the needs for that building. So a lot of this is a great opportunity for the county to increase the light levels in some areas that are needed, give people the potential to reduce lights as they want with the various controls, but also in the main point, it's energy savings. It's reducing the number of lights, reducing material that you need to order, reducing maintenance costs. There's a number of factors associated with the savings potential in that. So that's the high-level overview of my presentation. There's more details within there about my company, Sylvania Lighting Solutions. We have about 50 years of experience within the lighting arena. Here in the Midwest, we have a team of people that have 30 to 40 years of experience within project management and solutions as well. So in the initial conversation now, I just wanted to discuss the program and the potential for this zero out-of-pocket program. And my next steps really include me bringing in a team and getting the approval from the board here to bring somebody in to do a more comprehensive count and understanding of what lighting needs are assessed here and bring a stronger savings verification for the group as well for a next discussion.
Now you said it's through Constellation Energies?
It doesn't have to be. That's one option that was kind of discussed here. If the board feels that or the county feels that they could fund the project themselves, the program would be funded by you, but Constellation does offer the program.
If it goes through them, does that tie us to them?
Yes.
For 10 years, they would be the energy provider?
No, just until the project is paid off. So I have it at about 5 years right now is the estimated time it would take to pay the project off. And that's fully utilizing Constellation for the funding. If the county has funds to pay for a certain portion of it or certain buildings, that would obviously adjust that funding period completely.
Ooh.
While you're thinking of your question, how long, what's the expected life expectancy of the LEDs?
Sure, it's called an L70 rating, which is when they burn out. It's around 80,000 hours is what we have right now, so that's within that 10-year range. But I will say that all the lamps, which is the bulbs that go in, as well as the ballast, are under warranty. The lamps are under warranty for 10 years. So if anything happens where there is a shortage, obviously these are electronic pieces of equipment. Sometimes we get a bad batch. We cover that within the warranty, and you're not going to the manufacturer. You're calling our customer service center, which is in Westfield, Indiana.
Now, if I'm reading this right, we currently have contracts through 2019. Is that right, Anita?
This is the second one we read,
And how would that be handled?
Sure. Oh, actually, very simply, Constellation Energy will fund the project up to 2 years in advance with the stipulation that you're going to be signing with them once the other agreement is through. So Constellation will then say the project is, I'm just going to use ballpark numbers, $100,000. They're going to pay for it. You're going to see initial savings until the contract with, I think it's Homefield Energy, is up. So once that contract is up, then you'll see this kind of adjustment on your invoices, but for 2 years, you'll realize savings from the program.
So what price are we paying then when it's all, if we go with it?
So you'll probably pay a potentially lower energy rate depending on where the market is at the time. I don't want to confirm that, but it's really based on what your budget is currently at right now. So let's say that your energy budget right now is $10,000 a month. We're going to see probably a 20 to 25% reduction in the lighting cost, but that will be realized until 5 years. With the 2-year pre-work being started, so if we started the work today, you'd see 2 years of savings. You'd see that $18,000 in savings for 2 years, but then your bill would readjust to cover the cost of the project.
So it would come down and then go back up?
Yeah. So it comes back to the question of, how soon can you realize the savings to cover the cost of the project? We're using very high-level numbers based on square footage, based on some of the things that we've seen with the number of fixtures and the number of lamps that are there. It may be a much lower return on investment. It may be 2.5 years or maybe 3 years. I also didn't take into account any of the AMRIN rebates that are associated with this, because the rebate process is changing January 1st, and they haven't released the numbers as of yet. So it may be better, or it may be the same as it is right now. So I didn't want to stipulate anything. So
Is this lighting, it includes parking lots, all that?
my numbers right now do not include the exterior lighting. That's just for the interior. I would presume that including the exterior lighting, the savings would be much higher, just depending on, I think the age of some of the exterior lighting is 10 to 15 years, and I'm using low numbers there, where it would be updated with motion sensors that are already embedded within the fixtures. It would be added with timing, daylight timing and daylight harvesting, so when the sun goes down, the lights turn on, and different measures that we can actually just put on the fixtures at no additional cost. This isn't a new system that we're inputting or a new wired system that we have to do. It's all just connected within the fixtures. So that would be part of the overall assessment or survey that we would do of the 3 buildings, is interior and exterior counts, as well as a comprehensive energy reduction.
Somebody else has to have a question.
Is there, to do the assessment, is there any cost on us, or is it,
No, there's no initial cost.
and no obligations?
No. It's mostly just getting the approval here that we would do this, and we would get to the next step in the process. And yeah, that's the idea.
It's worth getting numbers. There's no obligation.
Yeah.
This way we know if it's worth it.
I guess we need a motion.
I'll move to, allow them to come in and do the no obligation estimate. That would be
Yes,
called
survey or audit.
survey.
Did that include estimated savings?
Yeah, it would include savings. Yes, it includes energy savings. Yeah.
To include the exterior also, or, yeah,
I think if we're
break
going
it
to
down,
we may as well
look at
do
it.
it all.
Do it all, look at
Yeah.
everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a complete lighting energy assessment audit. Okay.
Now, how will that be broke down? Will that be broke down by building, interior, exterior?
So when they come in, they'll do exactly that. They'll actually break it down by room, so we know, as we move to the next steps of the process, this room may have different lighting specifications as the other rooms in our initial walkthrough. Various areas have different types of lights and different lighting needs, so we break it down by room and by parking lot and exterior needs.
So when it's all said and done, there may be fewer or more lights in this room?
Yeah, my hope was that, because all these are four bulbs within that, so we could actually possibly break it down to just utilizing 2 lamps, which would reduce your energy usage by 50% or more, but also the maintenance needed and things like that. So it just becomes a question of what's in there now. Can we retrofit it, or does it have to be new fixtures? And we can't know that until we get deeper into the understanding of what's here.
Are the lights gonna be just like this? Are they brighter?
dimmer?
Yeah, it wouldn't be dimmer, definitely not dimmer. It would depend on what the needs are. So for possibly some of the parking lot areas, it may be a question that the lights are very dim because they're older lamps, or they haven't been replaced in a long time, and there needs to be an increase in light, so we can do that, and that's part of the assessment. For this area, we would want things to look very similar, and possibly increase the lighting on the floor. So it would be something where you're blinded when you look at it if you have to look up, but you'd have better light around the floor and table level.
We didn't get a second yet.
Second.
Oh, she did, okay. I didn't hear that.
Are there other county governments that you've done this with?
Yes, within the presentation, I put in a quick case study with our work with U-Haul, and that was to discuss more of our the size and scope that we can work with, from small 5,000 square foot U-Haul locations to the big 150 or 200,000 square foot U-Haul locations. But yes, definitely various counties, school districts, things of that nature. So I can send those, if there's an email that I can send it to, I can send a couple case studies with information on that. Be happy to do that as well. And possible references as needed as well.
Do you only do existing lighting, or do you do new construction lighting as well?
We can do new construction, but for the most part, we handle 95% is retrofit work. The new construction area is a little bit different. We're a product agnostic group. Our company name is Sylvania, but for the most part, we'll go out and find the correct fixture to meet the needs for our customer, which is a little bit different than some other companies that will only push GE or only push Philips. So we go out and we actually find the correct solution. So the nice thing is that everything won't be one manufacturer, but you'll have the right lights for the exterior, the right lights for the interior in different spaces and their needs. We do work with a lot of correctional facilities, so I'll send some information on that. So the correctional facility was something that we had good experience with.
There are no more questions?
Thank you all. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
We can just do a voice vote. We're not spending money yet. All in favor of sending it to the board?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Opposed.
I don't know if there's a county they work with to get buildings.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me today. I appreciate it.
And Chris, were you going to get him an email address to set stuff to?
Do any of you want how do you want me to forward it? Okay.
You be the POC and you just forward it.
Anything else, Perfect. Yeah, I'll have something out by the end of today.
Great.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
County farm management issues. Crop is off, the fertilizer, the soil testing company has been notified. They were supposed to do it Saturday, so hopefully. And we've already approved putting out for bid for the fertilizer, so as soon as we get that back, we can send it out. Other than that, I don't know of anything on farm. Discuss waste recycling survey. I gave that to Larry. He's been more involved in it, and it's just the county stuff, not the towns, so we'll make sure that's done by the end of the day. Maintenance supervisor report.
I'll be kind of quick here. I know we're doing good on time, but there's a lot going on this morning with the bicentennial thing over there and whatnot. It's nothing really major this past month. The oven issue of last month we discussed, that was all taken care of and is installed and works just fine. In the jail kitchen, there's some leaky windows over at the USDA office. We had a whole mess of rain that was coming from the north here earlier this month, and there was some issues with that we took care of. See, I needed to...
What did it require?
Just some silicone. It was an easy fix, just found where, it's just simple. The break room over here at the admin building needed a new sink, faucet, and supply lines. It's leaking really bad. In the 911 office over there, there's a wall unit in a computer room It pretty much runs all the time on AC unit, and the condenser outside had frozen up. It was low on refrigerant that needed recharged. Health department had a heat pump. The blower motor was overheating. It would only get it up to 69, 70, and they like it a lot hotter in there. And so had to put a new blower motor and a capacitor in one of the heat pumps over there. It's one of the newer ones. It's only a couple of years old, but unfortunately it wasn't under warranty anymore. So let's see. Bad thermostat in the health department office. Needed to swap that out. Halls, the mower folks came over Thanksgiving weekend and did what I am anticipating is going to be their last mulching of leaves and whatnot. So I came the following Monday. It had obviously been done, looked pretty nice. And other than that, guys, just a bunch of routine maintenance. That's all I have for you unless you have questions. Apparently I have to, I have a bad pump that I just found out. That's why I was late over to this meeting, because in the jail basement there's a circulating pump that was getting really hot. So that's on the agenda as well.
Now, the heat pump,
Yes.
some of those I know we had discussed. I don't know if we actually did take them, or if they offered an extended warranty. I know it was something that was discussed when we were getting bids on some of them. Is there any way we can check on that?
Yeah, I know Weber's put most of those in. I can get in contact with them and
Like I said, I don't remember if we got it on some, all, or if they just didn't offer it, but I know it was discussed.
been extended.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look into it, see what I can find out. So you guys have any more questions for me? Yes.
Do you need to redo or re-up your license to be able to do weed control?
I do not have a weed control license.
I saw on Channel 3 that they were advertising that they're doing those locally, and it's probably within the next 2 weeks if you call the extension office. And it made it quite clear on there that anybody that works in a building like this would need to have that licensure.
Yes.
So that might be something that we should encourage Chris to check into and try and get done.
Did they happen to say a cost? Or
It's not free.
It was not expensive though.
Right.
It was not bad. I mean, it was like under $200.
It's one thing I had the option to do with the city and opted to not for
Right.
whatever reason, but got other licenses, but not. I passed on the weed one.
It did say to contact the extension office though, so maybe you can still check into it, because I'm pretty sure it was like before the 10th
Okay.
that they were offering classes and everything.
There's some studying involved to pass that test.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know
When I was on the county, they wanted me to do that.
in the past, Larry just didn't want to do it, and that's why it was all hired out.
I had been told by the lawnmower folks that they were going to be doing much more spraying next year. They'd like to, because apparently he has his license, and then he'd like to get on it early next year, and says it got out of hand this year or whatever.
Right.
But
Well, just according to what I had gleaned off of the informational part of that
okay.
program, like, you would not be able to spray anything legally working here.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have the equipment for it to do a lot of spraying except a little pump-up tank, that's
Yeah,
all.
but even the pump up.
Yeah.
I have a small pump-up
In
tank.
pump-ups, you have to have 4 pump-ups for the chemicals, I know the chemicals are important for the public, so.
Just check into it and see.
Okay.
Any other questions for him? All right. Seeing none, move on to claims.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any questions on the claims?
Who paid the claim?
Move to pay them, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion before we vote?
Paul?
Yes.
Hesslerman?
Yes.
Johnson? Yes. McGinnis?
Yes.
Awful? Yes. Aaron?
Yes. Is there any old business?
come down and get that final